I just finished recording. If you're watching this one before the last one, then the reason I'm not streaming is because I'm sick, and the reason I'm sick is because the milk, and the reason the milk is because biology. So now you're caught up. You understand. You get me, okay? You're here with me in these difficult times. Yeah, okay, so I just finished recording another segment where I think I was kind of like lightly conspiratorial about... This is like the default state, I think, where the more you consume the feed, the more you just like keep up with the drip feed of information that's being thrown at you about a current event, the more it becomes tempting to feel conspiratorial about it. And I'm feeling the temptation. You know, I'm feeling the temptation. One of the reasons I think, like one of the stopgaps, I guess, one of the things that you can do to kind of like abate or appropriately manage, you know, responsibly manage those feelings is look for the sources of information that can clarify confusion or unwarranted conspiracism, right? Like what could you learn, or from who could you hear that would help address your feelings? I feel like I'm coming in hot on this one. Like I haven't even explained, hey, did you know the United Healthcare CEO got shot and they caught the killer allegedly, and he was a really handsome Italian guy? There you go. Sorry, I forgot. You know, maybe people are... Maybe you have like YouTube autoplay on the living room television and your idiot baby just rolled over the remote and it hit my video. You have no idea what's going on. Hello, like and subscribe. I'm going to swear in this video too, so you might want to like turn this off or take the baby out of the living room where they're going to learn some cuss words. You know, they're going to learn like heck, but with the double hockey sticks, you know, instead of the CK. What am I talking about? My brain is cooked. Like, actually, it's broiling right now. So the trial, okay? I am very excited. You know, this is going to be the biggest, like, trial people are following since, I don't know. I don't want to count, like, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, because that was of interest entirely to not even Perma Online, but I would just say... I don't think much of you if you were really involved in that, partly because it seems like the internet's general opinion sided with Depp, even though it seems like history has really not vindicated that position, and partly because it seemed like senseless celebrity mongering. You get the feeling a lot of the people who were in on the Depp Heard court case are the kinds of people who would turn their nose up at like a People magazine or like Celebrity Gossip that you see in the little magazine stack next to the checkout line at the grocery store. Like they'd think, oh, I'm not like, wow, I'm not going to look at that. I'm not stupid. I'm not like a celebrity person. But then they follow that because they actually are. I don't know. Well, I didn't follow it, so I'm still pure. The trial of Luigi Maggioni. Yeah. So he's got himself a lawyer. Lawyer seems like a feisty one. Apparently he's done contributive work for CNN before. So, you know, he's got a bit of a profile to him. Privately hired, of course. It turns out that the, the publicly available attorney that you get provided for you at the, state's behest does not actually allow you to get high profile celebrity lawyers. Who would have guessed, privately retained. This trial is going to be extremely interesting. Look, we all know everyone loves Luigi. I mean, seriously, unless you're getting all of your news from the dickless liberal columnists who are pretending that Americans don't like blood, you are fully aware of the fact that people everywhere are losing their minds. I had like conservative channels have, in many cases, like been inundated with comments from their followers who are in support of this. A lot of the like MAGA type conservatives, the very aggressive faux populists, are in favor of this, or at the very least, there's a lot of like mixed opinions there because, hey, Ain't Brian Thompson kind of the deep state a little bit? I mean, not really. Get these guys to read Capital, I guess. But, no one likes the healthcare system. No one does. No one likes it. Addendum, asterisk, liberals in the comment section. Actually, a significant number of Americans like their healthcare system. Yeah, because they haven't tested it yet. You ask people how they like their shit if they haven't tested it yet. For people who are poor or like habitually sick, they do not like the healthcare system, i.e. the people who need the healthcare system. Ask me how I feel about healthcare. I don't know. I don't have health insurance. Whatever. Ask somebody who's 32 and completely healthy how they feel about their health insurance. Well, they don't know. Their company pays for it. They don't, whatever. They don't care. They don't have an opinion. We know. We know how bad it is here. And so do the people, which is why apparently Tom Dickey, that's his name, by the way, phenomenal tie. I say, gritting my teeth, says his office received emails with offers to cover suspects' legal bills. I mean, people are saying they want to pay legal bills. He's been denied bail, but I guarantee you that if they posted like a $2 million bail, that shit would have been out on GoFundMe and filled to the brim in 5 minutes. I'm not kidding. People are going to lose their mind over this trial, or lose their minds, I should say, more than one. I am really optimistic that we could get some good info out of this for a number of reasons. First of all, literally anything that draws attention to America's healthcare system is for the best. This is one of those institutional failures that is so egregious and so like omnipresent and overwhelming. Sometimes it feels kind of difficult to reckon with. Like, genuinely, how do you even, like, it's rooted in so deeply. How do you even deal with it? Well, massive public outrage is step number one, you know? Every deeply rooted institution is impossible to oust until people get really, really, really mad at it, after which it becomes, you know, at the very least more feasible. Step number one, right? Number two, I am feeling a little bit conspiratorial about the circumstances under which the arrest took place for two main reasons. I don't really buy the story of how they caught him, and I feel like his manifesto is weird. That's it. Does that mean it's necessarily a conspiracy? Have the powers that be, like, you know, orchestrated this? Nah, I don't really think so. It was probably Luigi who did it, you know, in spite of his lawyer claiming there's no evidence, which, you know, you'd expect a defense attorney to say that. I do think he did it. That seems likely to me. If they were going to pin it on a fake guy, why a tech bro? Like, you know, why somebody with this kind of power? Like, not power necessarily, but like wealth. They could have pinned this on like any poor, drugged out white guy in Manhattan. You know, they could have just dragged someone out from a dumpster and said like, yep, it's this guy. They plant the gun, the silencer, whatever. If they wanted to run with that, they could have. I don't know why they'd go after someone like Luigi, especially such a handsome guy. I mean, you know, we like to think ourselves above it, but a lot of the public support for Luigi is coming down to the fact that he's handsome. We know how things go. It's a fucked up world out there, you know? Very lookist. The incels were right. Additionally, you know, I'm a little conspiratorial about how they caught him. I don't know if I buy the whole like recognized a McDonald's because he showed his ID bit. I don't know if I buy that. They're not releasing the body cam footage of his arrest yet, which I'm a little curious about. The FBI was brought in on the case a little while before he was caught. It makes me wonder if they were using illegal surveillance to get him. We know they have illegal surveillance programs. You know, look at what Snowden disclosed and then fled to Russia over. Like, we know those programs exist. It's not a conspiracy to say they exist. It's possible they just tapped those out. I mean, this is a very, very high profile manhunt. They might have said like, okay, we need to catch the guy. Use literally any means. Do the like, you know, Batman, Dark Knight, the second one, Dark Knight Returns, illegal cell phone sonar surveillance system thing, and then break it afterwards. Except in their case, they didn't break it afterwards because they're going to use it again, you know, because it's the FBI. They're not getting rid of it. And then afterwards, like, we can fake a chain of events that led to his capture. We can like pretend somebody out there found him or whatever. I don't really know. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. More evidence will come out. I want to see the evidence. That's all. I just want to see the evidence come out in a trial. Is that so wrong? Is that illegal now, Snowflake? I'm interested in seeing more information from Luigi himself, to be honest, because his manifesto was so damn short. I don't know. I'm kind of like, apparently he was shouting something as he was let out of the squad car when they were taking him to his arraignment. And I think it was from one of these articles. I think I saw that, where he was yelling as he got let out of the delay, deny, defend book about insurance industry soars up on Amazon's nonfiction bestsellers list. Classic. Companies try to stop online support for suspect in killing of United Healthcare CEO. Yerp. Where was the bit that I saw about him shouting? Mangione's lawyer says he told his client to be quiet during hearing earlier today. Asked if he was aware what Mangione was yelled as he arrived to court this afternoon, Dickey said he heard some different versions of that, so I need to see what the statement was. Mangione could be heard yelling in part, "It's completely out of touch and an insult to the intelligence of the American people, its lived experience," as he was being escorted out of the car and into the building. It's interesting. I mean, that certainly sounds like it's in line. It sounds like it's in line with the ideology that kind of compelled him to do the shooting. It's just odd that he would be shouting stuff like that when his manifesto was so level. I mean, I talked about it in the last video that I recorded. His manifesto was just weirdly off kilter, as manifestos often are, but in a unique way. if he's fiery about it, you'd think the manifesto would be fiery. I mean, if you're writing a manifesto, you expect to be caught. I mean, he had it on his person, right? At least allegedly. You'd think it'd be filled to the brim with like expletives. The New York City Police Department or something. I don't know. Or the healthcare system. Like I said in the other recording, I'm very interested to see how the trial takes place. Maybe it'll be the biggest trial since OJ, you know? Maybe something happens to Luigi in the cells, you know. I have no idea. I can't really say. I would like to see it go to trial. You know, I'm happy about the not guilty verdict because it means that, you know, obviously we get time to deliberate, argue in the court of public opinion. I mean, if Luigi is the one who actually did the shooting, then obviously he's guilty. Like, there are some people who are talking online about jury nullification, but like come on. I know we've seen the CGP Grey video, but like, get real, you know. You can lay out the most based and red-pilled arguments in the world about like the legitimacy of political violence. You're not getting around that murder one charge, okay? God, there's so much to catch up on. I really hope my headache and head cold and brain fire calms down soon. There's so much to talk about. You hear about that Dandaran drama with the blackwashing characters? That's good stuff, but that needs to be saved for stream because that's like a riff. That's a riffing segment right there. Hope you all are doing well. Hopefully we'll be back at it tomorrow.